Hello everybody and welcome back to another video and welcome back to Zenith. And today we are going to be taking a look at something that there's been a lot of discussion over, and quite frankly Wowhead has very kindly all of that information into one area. So how basically, as we know at the moment, Dracthyr, you can only be an evoker and you can only have one per realm, so it does restrict you quite heavily. However, we know that in a bunch of interviews, the devs have said that they are working on some different animations. And if you think back, there was discussions not too long ago where they did a showcase of some of the warbands, and there was some Dracthyr in there wearing leather and wearing mail and wearing some plate. So there was speculation at that point as well. And we know that just from the base transmog of the items. Now, one thing to announce is obviously this disclaimer right here. The presence of the animations does not confirm that Dracthyr will get any of these classes. However, this is just pure speculation, and personally I just want to have a chat about it. So in a very recent data mine, there was some of the new animations coming through. So we've got Warrior, which, I mean, let's be honest, does actually look pretty cool. Like, how could you not say that that looks pretty dope? Hunter, which again looks okay, looks pretty okay. Then you've got the Mage, which actually looks pretty decent. Rogue, Priest, Warlock, Paladin, Druid, and DK, and Shaman. So there's actually a decent amount of variety in terms of the animations that they're bringing in. So far, Monks and Demon Hunters are the only two classes that Dracthyr lack animation for, whilst it is unlikely that Dracthyr would ever add Demon Hunter to its repro of classes, despite the male visage form having their animations from Blood Elf rip. Monks are likely an issue of animation quality. So they've actually split down into likelihood based on lore, right? So this is just purely based on lore and kind of what they speculate to be the quotation marks default classes for the new race as a whole. So we've got Warrior, Hunter, Mage, Rogue, Priest, and Warlock. Now, I would say that's quite a comfortable pick, considering like up here, the Paladin, Warlock, Priest, Rogue, Mage, Hunter, and Warrior, they pretty much have all of the animations, right? Like, you've got like the charge animation, the block animation, the berserker animation, and kind of like the default stance. Hunter, you've got all the various weapons. Mage looking pretty dope. I mean, to be fair, for Mage it wouldn't be much of a rechange, right? Because you've already got all the caster animations, so it's just a case of just adding in the Mage ones. Rogue looks pretty cool. I don't know what stealth would look like, but that would be quite an interesting one. Priest, again, they've kind of already got all the caster animations, so it's just kind of varianting them to the relevant class, the same as the Warlock. Paladin, that looks pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. This one, in my opinion, looks a bit wonky, doesn't really look too aesthetically pleasing, but again, it could be, you never know. And this one, like, I don't know if I've ever seen a Paladin do this type of animation before, but anyways. Druid does lack quite a lot. DK looks pretty dope, not gonna lie, especially with that colour and that skin. That actually looks pretty insane. Shaman, again, lacking a lot. But again, this is Blizzard, so this might just be a pure teaser and they may just hit a bombshell. As we know, Blizzard does quite a lot. And we already know in the War Within, we are getting a new allied race for both Alliance and Horde. That's right, you can be a Horde Dwarf, which they already have quite a lot of caste variants to them already. So again, there is a lot of variation. Demon Hunter seems to be the only class that you can only play Blood Elf or Night Elf. It would be nice to see them play other other races, but this is Blizzard, so we don't know if that's ever going to be a thing, but you never know. So somewhat likely, but not a default. So, and these are based on, whilst the classes would be easily explained in lore, the current lack of either animation in the casts case of monk, or additionally models in the case of shaman and their totems, or druids and their shapeshift forms. These classes are going to be more than likely, like they could be possible, but they need a lot of work, right? And then the 100% unlikely, in their opinion, is Paladin, Demon Hunter, and Death Knight. Now, again, this is kind of a Blizzard thing. They seem to tease us with one thing, or they'll come out and they'll just simply say this was a complete mistake, we're not going to do it, sorry. Or they'll come out and say, actually, you know what, we're going to make Demon Hunter be able to be a thing, or DK, or Paladin. So this is no means a shortlisted list of classes that they're going to do. This is not confirmation that they're going to be changing anything, but it's quite nice to see that they are going in this direction, and they're actually going to update classes, models, and animations and things, because it kind of takes away the Dracthyr vibe, in my opinion. Like, people, like, I play Evoker myself, and the thing, like, with playing a dragon is you're the only dragon, right? Like, everybody else has got their helms, their shoulders, like the full shebang transmogged. And we know with Mechagon gnomes, quite a lot of people don't play them because you can't transmog the entirety of your class. And let's be honest, this is an MMORPG. It's all about fantasy and looking as cool as you can. Like, if you take games like Final Fantasy and Guild Wars 2, it's all about the fashion. You look absolutely dope when you're fully geared, or you can unlock dope stuff. WoW has the same, but they do have races that's not the ability. Obviously, you can change into a human form, and there has been discussions from Blizzard to say that they're going to take away the fact that you have to play in a dragon form for certain classes. However, I do feel like if they don't do that for the Evoker, it's going to be a bit weird, especially considering that augmentation, that's right, I said it, is going to be quite good again, as always, as a support class, especially on the higher level of Mythic Plus keys, because of the abilities and everything that they bring to the game. So it's something that we're going to have to wait and see. But this, in my opinion, is super good news. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, whether you think that this is a very good thing, or whether or not you think actually Blizzard shouldn't really head in this direction. They should leave them how they are and move on. I would be very interested to know. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as always, and I'll see you all in the next one.